There's a moment in sports where everything you thought you knew becomes wrong. One shot, one player, one decision that made every coach, every scout, every analyst look at basketball and say, "Wait, you can do that?" This is the story of how Stephen Curry didn't just change the game. He broke it. Rewind to the early 2000s. The NBA had a formula, and it worked. You needed size. You needed strength. You needed a dominant big man who could punish defenders in the paint. The game was played inside out. Post up. Kick it out. Maybe take a three if you were wide open. But shooting from 30 feet? That wasn't winning basketball. That was a circus shot. The mid-range was sacred. The paint was sacred. Real basketball happened between the elbows and the rim. And if you were small, if you were under 6'3" and not explosive, good luck making it past college. Guards were supposed to distribute. Set up your 7-footer. Run the offense through the post. The three-point line was a tool, not a weapon. But somewhere in the Bay Area, a skinny kid with bad ankles was about to shatter everything. February 27, 2016. Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Golden State Warriors. Overtime. 37 feet from the basket. Steph Curry takes 2 dribbles past half court. The defense isn't even set. There's still time on the clock. And he pulls. The shot goes up from a distance most players wouldn't even consider. It's not a desperation heave. It's not a buzzer-beater necessity. It's a choice. Swish. The arena erupts. Curry turns around, shrugs, and walks away before it even goes in. Because he already knew. But here's the thing, this wasn't luck. This wasn't desperation. This was a statement. This shot told every coach in the league, your defense is outdated. Your strategy is broken. You can't guard me at the three-point line anymore. You have to guard me at the logo. And just like that, basketball was never the same. But let's go back. Because Steph Curry wasn't supposed to be here. Coming out of Davidson, the doubts were loud. Too small. Too skinny. Weak ankles. Not athletic enough. He couldn't finish at the rim like Derrick Rose. He couldn't blow by defenders like Russell Westbrook. NBA scouts said he'd be a backup point guard at best. A spot-up shooter. A role player. His first few years in the league. Plagued by ankle injuries. Doctors told him his career might be over before it started. The Warriors gave him a contract that was considered a risk. $44 million over 4 years. People laughed. Said Golden State was desperate. He was playing in a league that valued LeBron's power. Kobe's footwork. Duncan's fundamentals. There was no blueprint for a 6'3" guard who wanted to shoot from the parking lot. But Steph didn't need a blueprint. He was writing a new one. And then it happened. Slowly at first. Then all at once. Defenses started extending. You couldn't sag off Curry at 28 feet anymore. He'd make you pay. So you had to pressure him at half court. But then he'd blow by you or find the open man. Your entire defensive scheme had to change because of one player. Shot selection across the league shifted. Teams that used to take 15 threes a game were now taking 40. The mid-range jumper, once the bread and butter of scorers, became inefficient. Analytics said it loud. Why take a long 2 when you can take a 3? But it wasn't just the pros. It was everywhere. High school gyms. Middle school courts. YMCA pickup games. Kids started pulling up from 30 feet. Coaches who used to scream, "Get closer," were now watching their guards shoot from the logo and make it. Stephen Curry didn't just change the NBA. He changed how every level of basketball was played. He made an entire generation believe that range had no limits. The three-point revolution wasn't coming. It was here. And Curry was the architect. Look at the league now. Trae Young pulling from the logo in Atlanta. Damian Lillard waving goodbye from 40 feet in Portland. Luka Doncic stepping back from wherever he wants. Every young guard coming into the league now has unlimited range. Because they all grew up watching Steph. And it's not just the shooters. It's the defenses. Teams now trap at half court. They switch everything. They play zone differently. Because the old way of guarding the three-point line doesn't work anymore. You used to protect the paint and give up threes. No. You live and die by how well you defend the arc. Stephen Curry didn't just influence the game. He forced the entire league to evolve or die. So what's the legacy? 4 championships. 2 MVPs. The first unanimous MVP in NBA history. Greatest shooter of all time. But those accolades don't tell the full story. Stephen Curry proved that you don't need to be the biggest, the fastest, or the strongest. You just need to be the most skilled, the most creative, the most fearless. He took everything that scouts said was a weakness and turned it into a weapon. And in doing so, he didn't just change basketball. He broke the old game completely. He shattered the rules of what was possible. Every time a guard pulls up from 30 feet now, that's Curry's influence. Every time a defense extends to half court, that's Curry's impact. Every time a kid practices shooting from the logo, that's Curry's legacy. The NBA didn't change the game. Stephen Curry did. And the game will never go back.